Number 63, Sean Gorman. Number 29, Andy Garofoli. Number 76, Matt Russell. And number 64, Cecil. Call your attention to the following full field rules and regulations. No spectators are allowed on the field at any time. No spectators are allowed on the Algonquin side or in the foul end zone. Much. Algonquin has won the toss and has elected to receive. Pitch out to Rich Graham. Stopped on the play by number 29, Andy Garofoli. Gain of about 2 yards on the play. Second down and 8. Ball carried by Chris Miller. Stopped on the play by Jim Lowe and Sean Cassidy. First and 10 Algonquin on their own 42-yard line. John O'Malley and Jim Lowe. It's first and 10 for Algonquin. First and 10 at the Clinton 17. Ball carried by Chris Miller. Tackled by Rick Gephardt and Jim Lowe. No gain on the play. Second down and 10 on the Clinton 17. On the play. Penalty is against Algonquin for holding, and it is declined. First and 10 for the Gaels at the 23. Handoff to Andy Garofoli. Tackled by Scott Stevens and Kevin Tracy. Gain of about 3 yards on the play. 2nd and 7 on the 26. Fumble on the play has been recovered by Algonquin. First and 10 for Algonquin on the Clinton 24. Handoff to Kevin Tracy. Tackled by Matt Russell and Caesar Velazquez. Gain of about 3 yards on the play. 2nd and 7 on the Clinton 21. Handoff to Rich Graham. Tackled by Jim Lowe and Tim McGuire. Third down. First down. Handoff to Kevin Tracy. Second down. And about 3 yards to go. Ball carried by Chris Miller. Tackled by Jim Lowe and Caesar Velazquez. It'll be third down and about 1 on the Clinton 3-yard line. Ball carried by Kevin Tracy. Tackled by Kevin Coyne, John O'Malley, and Jim Lowe. It's second down and goal at the Clinton 1-yard line. Kevin Tracy scores the Algonquin touchdown, but there is a penalty marker on the play. It was offside against the Gaels. It will be marked off on the ensuing kickoff. Scott Riney will attempt the extra point. Scott Riney has put the uprights. And with 5 minutes and 24 seconds remaining in the first quarter, the score is the Algonquin Regional High School Tom Kelly and number 30 Scott Riney. First and 10 for the Gaels on the 27. Lift your Pat.
Come on, Gaels, do it!
Gain of about 6 yards on the play. 2nd and 4 for the Gaels at the Algonquin 33. Hands off to Scott Zermatt. Stopped on a play by Mike Sarasolo. It'll be 3rd down and 1 for Clinton on the 34.
Come on, let's stop them this time. Come on, stick up.
Let's go!
Ball carried by Whitcappack. Tackle on a play by Jay Wenzel. 1st and 10 for the Gaels on the 38. Matt Sawyer hands off to Andy Garfoley. Stopped on a play by number 75, Scott Stevens. Gain of about 2 yards on the play. 2nd and 8. Ball carried by Scott Zermatt.
Defense, come on, defense. Come on, this is a big one. They're going to pass this time. They're going to pass. Move back to the snow.
Matt Sawyer's pass intended for Scott Zermatt is incomplete. There's a penalty marker on the play. Personal foul against the Gaels is declined. 4th down. Sean Gorman at punt formation. Rich Graham back deep for Algonquin. And the punt goes out of bounds at about the Clinton 35-yard line, where Algonquin takes over 1st and 65 yards for the Algonquin touchdown. Attempt the extra point. attempt the extra point, and Bill Garvey will hold. Scott Riding has split the uprights, and with 2 minutes and 2 seconds remaining in the first period, the score is the Algonquin Tomahawks.
Win today, I think we're automatically.
Kickoff is returned by Andy Garfoley, stopped by Scott Stevens and Mike Sarasolo. There's a penalty marker on the play. Personal foul against Algonquin. First and 10, Clinton on the 48. Ball carried by Andy Garfoley. Tackled by Eric Carlson and Kevin Tracy. Gain of about 4 yards on the play. Second down at 6. Ball carried by Rick Gephardt. Tackled by Mike Sarasolo. Loss of about 1 yard on the play. Third down 7 on the Algonquin 49. Matt Sawyer's pass intended for Dave Casasanto is incomplete. Fourth and 9 at the Algonquin 49. Rich Graham back deep. Sean Gorman at punt formation.
Block it deep.
Punt is fielded by Scott Riding. Tackled by Dave Casasanto. First and 10 on the 26. Bill Garvey's pass intended for a Ted Coyle. Incomplete. Second down 10. Bill Garvey on the keeper. Tackled by Cesar Velasquez. That is the end of the first quarter. On the 32.
They're in about 5.
Scott Whiting in punt formation. Tom Sanasani and Andy Garfoli going back for Clinton. Punt is down by Rich Graham. There's a penalty marker on the play. Penalty is against Algonquin. Illegal procedure against the Tomahawks is declined.
Say that again.
Machiana's pass was complete to Matt Sawyer. There's a fumble on the play. It's recovered by Algonquin. On the 48. Up by Sean Cassidy. Gain of about 3 yards on the play. Second and 7. Just inside the Clinton 49. Ball carried by Chris Merrill. Stopped on the play by number 52, Tim McGuire. It'll be third and about 5. Bill Garvey's pass intended for Ted Coyle is incomplete. Fourth down 5. Scott Riney in punt formation. Tom Sanasani back deep for the Gaels. Punt is down on about the Clinton 25-yard line. Ball carried by Scott Zermatt. Tackled by Matt Minerella.
Mineral?
Gain of about 2 yards on the play. Second down and 8 on the Clinton 29. by Todd Petrizek and Kevin Tracy.
Let's fight! Brutality! We are nobody! Let's fight!
Ball player Rick Gephardt picking up a Clinton first down. Tackled by Mac Manarella and Mike Sonosolo. First and 10 for the Gaels at their off 40-yard line. Match in to hands off to Andy Garofoli. Tackled by Bill Garvey and Todd Petrizek. Second down and 6 on the Clinton 44. Ball carried by Andy Garofoli. Tackled by Jay Wenzel and Scott Stevens. And Mark Bertnazzi. First and 10 for the Gaels at midfield.
Hey, get rid of that 6-1 and you'll stop them.
First and 10 Algonquin on the 44. Ball carried by Rich Graham. Tackled by Sean Cassidy and Andy Garofoli. Gain of about...
You did a nice job on that one. Oh, God, and just shoot too.
5 yards on the play. Second down and 5. Hands off to Kevin Tracy. Tripped up by number 52, Tim McGuire. And 64, Cesar Velasquez. First and 10 Algonquin at the Clinton 40.
All right, down the field, let's go.
Ball carried by Kevin Tracy on the Clinton 37. Ball carried by Chris Mill. Stopped by John O'Malley and Rick Gephardt. First and 10 Algonquin on the Clinton 29. Ball carried by Kevin Tracy. Tackled by Matt Russell, Cesar Velasquez, and Sean Cassidy. Second down and 5. Stopped on a play by Andy Garofoli.
Ball
carried by Chris Mello. Tackled by John O'Malley and Sean Cassidy. And Tim McGuire. First and goal, just inside the Clinton 10-yard line. Fumbles recovered by Chris Merrill.
No reason to have last take it like that. No, but look at this. One step. This shouldn't run that out of
Second and goal at the Clinton 11-yard line. Ball carried by Rich Graham. Tackled by Sean Cassidy and Andy Garofoli.
He's a good player, that 63, I'll tell you.
Third down and
And when three
goal.
guys are coming at you. On the play. No play. Illegal procedure against Clinton. Ball carried by Andy Garofoli. Timeout. Can't go on.
Ball carried by Rick Geffard. Stopped by Mark Brittenazzi. First down, Clinton. First and 10, Clinton. At about the 25. Hands off to Scott Cermak. And that is the end of the first half. The score at the end of the first half is the Algonquin Tomahawks 14 and the Clinton Gaels nothing. And 32 Tom Sanastania. handoff initially taken by Scott Zermatt, returned by number 76, Matt Russell. Stopped on the play by number 83, Chris Ritchie. First and 10, Clinton. On the 27.
First and 10 on the 27.
Handoff to Rick Pat. Tackled by Rich Graham and Jay Wenzel. Gain of about 4 yards on the play. Second and 6 on the 31. Ball is carried by Scott Zermatt. First down, Clinton, and 10 on the 38. Ball carried by Scott Zermatt. Stopped by Eric Carlson and Mike Sarasolo. Gain of 2 yards on the play. Second and 8 on the Clinton 40. Ball carried by Rick Pat. It'll be third down at about 3
Come on, tighten up. Let's
on
go.
the Clinton 45.
Come on, you got to stop them.
Handoff to Rick Pat. Stopped by Rich Graham and Scott Stevens. Timeout, Clinton. Rich Graham going back deep for Algonquin. Fielded by Rich Graham. Stopped by Dave Casasano.
Come on, man, rush!
First and 10, Algonquin on the 40.
First and 10 on the 40-yard line. Not get to penetration.
Ball carried by Kevin Tracy. Stopped by number 22, John O'Malley. Gain of 7 yards on the play. Second down 3 on the 47. Ball carried by Kevin Tracy.
First and 10.
Stopped on the play by Sean Cassidy, Matt Russell, and Tim McGuire. First and 10 Algonquin at the Clinton 49.
First and 10 on the 49.
Ball carried by Chris Mello. Tackled by number 76, Matt Russell.
Second.
Gain of 9 yards on the play. Second down and 1 on the 41. Handoff to Kevin Tracy. Tackled by Cesar Velasquez and Tim McGuire. First and 10 Algonquin on the 33. That was number 44, Kevin Tracy. And John O'Malley. First and 10 for the Tomahawks. At the
First and 10 on the 19-yard line. Left barrel for about 2.
ball carried by Chris Mello.
End around.
Gain of about 2 yards on the play. Second and 8 on the 17.
Trap left.
Ball carried by Chris Merrill.
Good for about maybe 2 yards.
Tackled by Sean Gorman and Rich Gephardt.
35.
Third down 5.
Get themselves in this type of situation.
Ball carried by Kevin Tracy.
First down.
Stopped by Matt Russell and Jim Lowe.
Just don't give up over left guard.
First down and goal for Algonquin. Just inside it's spotted at the Clinton 8-yard line.
First and goal, starting at the 8-yard line. To give left to Kevin.
Hands off to Kevin Tracy. Tackled by Matt Russell and Rich Gephardt. Gain of about 2 yards on the play. Second down and goal at the Clinton 6-yard line. Ball carried by Chris Merrill. Touchdown.
5-yard line. 3:57.
Foley and Tom Sanasani back deep. Clinton on the 29.
First and 10, Clinton on the 29-yard line. Algonquin's on the 5-3. Pass. Plenty of protection. Down over the middle. Good night.
Mention his pass is complete to Dave Casasanto. Tackled by Matt Bernanazzi. Gain of about 1 yard on the play. Second down and 9 on the Clinton 30.
Hurry up, please. Pretty well coached. Big hit by
Hand off to Tom Sanasania. Tackled by Mac Minarella and Jay Wenzel.
Yeah. I do once in a while, yeah.
Third and 9
Did they?
at the Clinton 30.
Last time he out on that play, it's third and almost 10 yards.
Pass intended for Matt Sawyer. There's a penalty marker on the play. We had offsetting penalties. We had holding against Clinton, and we had pass interference against Algonquin. Replay the down.
We had holding on the offense and passing interference on the defense, canceling each other out. And the down will replay. It's 3rd and 10.
Matt Janus pass intended for Dave Casasanto, incomplete. 4th down.
Back in the punch formation. Nearly blocked.
Sean Gorman's punt is down by Matt.
First and 10 on the 48. So Algonquin first and 10 on the 48 yard line. Got me on it.
Hand off to Rich Graham. Stopped by Tim McGuire. There is a penalty marker on the play. Offensive holding. The offensive holding will make it 1st and 20. penalty by Chris Merrill. Tackle by John O'Malley. Also covering for Clinton on the play, number 24, Jim Lowe. Second down and 18 on the Algonquin 44.
Gael is flip right at second and 18. Gabby back to pass.
Bill Garvey's pass, broken up by number 73, Kipsall. Third down, 18.
Gabby back to pass.
There is a penalty marker on the play.
Gotta be off.
Holding against Algonquin is declined. Fourth down.
Tommy, catch the stadium. Come on now, come on.
Scott Riding in punt formation. Tom Sanasania back deep for Clinton.
Come on, go get it. Come on, get it, get it.
Jay Winslow, all right, Jay Winslow.
Driven by Tom Sanasania. Tackle by...
Back to pass. The two men under. Rolling right.
Matt Chandler's pass, intended for Andy Garofoli, is incomplete. Second down 10.
Because it took two or three guys to block him, the other guys would be blocked.
Draw play to Rick Gephardt.
Tackle made by Garvey. And
That is the end of the third quarter. The score at the end of 3 quarters is the Algonquin Tomahawks 20 and the Clinton Gaels nothing.
Come on, let's go.
Hands off to Andy Garofoli.
Gotta go
Fourth
for
down.
it. Gotta go for it.
oh no, you can't.
Oh, what the
Give us
hell?
another
Go for it.
It's 4th and 6.
Rich Graham and Scott Riding going back deep. Sean Gorman in punt formation. Punt is fielded by Scott Riding.
I don't know. What he ran right for.
by Jim Russell and Commoran.
And then you get pursuit. You get all kinds of pursuit.
Come on now, let's go. Let's start him. Go.
Algonquin first and 10 on the 40-yard line. It's gift left to looks on Kevin Tracy.
Hands off to Kevin Tracy.
Maybe 2 yards.
Tackle by Sean Gorman. Kipsaw and Rick get back.
Second and 7.
Gain of 3 on the play. Second and 7 on the 42. Ball is carried by Rich Graham. There is a penalty marker on the play.
Penalty marker on the play. Looks like a late hit. Face mask.
Grabbing the face mask against Clinton.
52. Intentional face mask.
First down 10 Algonquin on the Clinton 41.
First and 10 Algonquin on the 42. It's a gift left to
Ball carried by Chris Mello. Stopped on the play by Sean Gorman. Loss of 1 yard on the play. Second and 11 on the Clinton 42. Bill Garvey pitches out to Scott Whiting. Stopped by number 40, Jason Butko. Third down and 3 yards to go at the Clinton 34-yard line.
left to Kevin Tracy. Kevin Tracy breaks around the attack.
Bill Garvey hands off to number 44, Kevin Tracy. There's a penalty marker on the play. Clipping against Algonquin.
An illegal flipping zone, ref!
About 3rd and 15 now.
Jim Lowe. First and 10 on the 31. Matt Chandler's pass intended for Matt Sawyer, incomplete. Second down 10.
Guys, get on the coverage.
There is a penalty marker on the play. Holding against the Gaels. Algonquin at the Clinton 48. In the fourth quarter, it is Syracuse 45 and Boston College 17.
Just in 10 Algonquin on Clinton 48, yeah, 10 for the six to the right. Guys, it's just left to fullback.
Ball carried by Kevin Tracy.
Might have got about half of that. Play it out a little bit.
Tackled by Tim McGuire and Andy Garfoley. Gain of about 1 yard on the play. Second and 9 on the Clinton 47.
Clinton's in a 5-3. Trap left.
Ball carried by Chris Merrill.
Penalty on.
There is a penalty marker on the play. Holding against Algonquin. Holding penalty against Algonquin will make it second down and 19.
Yeah, he went to 15. Yeah.
on the 45.
Second and 19 on the 45 yard line. Steady throw, split right. Tight reach. Running back.
Bill Garvey's pass intended for Ted Coyle is incomplete. Third down 19.
Oh, hit his arm.
Bill Garvey pitches out to Scott Riding. Stopped by Coburn. Fourth down 9.
Pickup was good on the Texas option pitch for about 9 yards. And then fourth and about 9 yards. So Scott Riding's in punt formation.
Scott Riding at punt formation. Andy Garofoli back deep.
Gets it away.
And the punt is down by Mark Burton. Matt Sawyer's pass intended for Scott Zermatt, incomplete. Andy Garofoli on the reverse. Tackled by Kevin Tracy.
The article in the paper about that kid 44. That's where John is hearing that. Good about 60.
Matt Sawyer's pass is incomplete. Fourth down. Rush Graham takes the punt. Nice kick by Sean Gorman.
We haven't beaten them up there in the Carrier Dome since about 71 or something.
Give the Tracy
Hand off to Kevin Tracy.
5 yards.
Tackled by Matt Russell, John O'Malley, and ball carried by Rich Graham. Tackled by Andy Garofoli. First and 10, Algonquin.
First and 10 Algonquin. That was a big right by Rich Graham. Picked up around 5.
On about the 32.
Ball popped out. And recovered by Algonquin.
Recovered by Hank Allen. Timeout, Clinton High School. Handoff to Kevin Tracy. Stopped by Sean Gorman.
With a minute 17 left, Algonquin just 20-0. To give left to Merrill, Merrill cuts it up and
Ball carried by Scott Riney in punt formation. Tom Sanasani and Andy Garfoli back deep.
punt formation.